Well, the local bourse had its biggest one-day fall since last December, with the big miners and energy stocks smashed. I spoke to Martin Lakos a little earlier. Well, Martin Lakos, a sharper slide than expected, I guess. Was that China weakness on top of the Greek crisis?
Yeah, look, a really tough day for investors, Tiki, without a doubt, down 2.3% on the ASX 200 on our close. It looks a whole range of mitigating circumstances. There's absolutely no doubt that the risk-off trades, that is the sectors that have leveraged to global growth, came off very heavily today on the back of the Greece issue. Japan machinery orders down. Australian consumer confidence for April down 1.6% and well below the 100 mark. That signals optimism, now at 94.6. Concerns on China. We're seeing some stats on electricity usage and on manufacturing. So it's all coming out that's really rattling markets at the moment. Just a few stats on the performance. For what it's worth, since the 1st of January, the Aussie market rallied 9.6% to 4,435. Now at the 4,165, we've lost 270 odd points, or nearly 6.5% of that. So we're well back towards the March period that we were.
OK, well, they get to stocks and a 15% fall in the share price of transport group Toll Holdings. What have investors been upset by the most? Was it the profit write-downs or the warnings, the forecasts?
Look, I think at the moment, any sort of negative guidance, investors aren't taking well. And it's quite interesting that so many, the number of stocks that have given negative guidance have fallen in the same range of about 15%. In Toll's case, look, there's a number of issues there. Their footwork business is being written down by about 140 to 160 million. That implies possibly a full write-down of their goodwill. So analysts are now questioning whether that business is going to be sold. They did downgrade their EBIT guidance between 8 and 12% for the full year. That would imply second half not very good for the rest of the business. They certainly noted that their refrigeration business here in Australia also not doing too well, but global forwarding still very committed to that, and the rest of the businesses doing okay. So it's a combination of all those things that I think has got the market concerned on Toll. And as you said, down 15% or 85 cents to 4.73.
And finally, talk of Gina Rinehart upping the pressure for Fairfax board seats doesn't seem to have done the share price any harm.
Well, no official announcements here, Tiki. It's more speculation that Gina Rinehart is pushing for 2 board seats. She holds 12.6% of Fairfax. Again, more speculation is that if she doesn't get what she wants, she may look to buy in to more stock into Fairfax, so we have to watch that. The stock didn't really react, up half a cent to 66 cents today. Media just clearly is not the flavour of the month at this stage, with advertising revenue growth still under a hell of a lot of pressure.
We love talking about the media. Martin Lakos, thank you very much for joining us.
Thanks, Tiki. Let's hope next week's a better week for markets.
Indeed. And in late news, the Tokyo electric power company TEPCO is part of a Japanese consortium that is in talks to pay $4.4 billion for a reported 10% stake in Australia's Wheatstone LNG project. It comes with Japan keen to shore up other energy supplies after its nuclear disaster. And to the other major movers on the local share market now, Sonic Healthcare was up by more than 2% after announcing it was buying the Healthscope pathology business for $100 million. Paladin Energy slumped 9% despite record uranium production and interest in the sale of some assets. Westfield Group shares were down as the company revised down its 2012 forecast for funds from operations. Caltex dropped sharply as energy prices fell around 3% overall. Turning to currency markets, where the Australian dollar slid to its lowest price for the year. And in commodities in New York, oil is on the slide too. Gold is down to $1,552 an ounce.